Greetings, fellow slingers. It's your trusted GM Brian at it once again, bringing to you, via the Digital Rage Room, another fine episode of our Bloodlords run-through. But first, the business. And in this section of the business, I have a rant. Remember, you can always skip past my digressions if you want, but in my opinion, they're relative to the show. So let's begin. As I've gotten older, I find myself more rooted in my ways. As many of you know, when I first started this show, it was because after listening to a few actual play podcasts, those of which I liked, I believe it was well within the realm of possibility to create a show that would also be enjoyed by listeners such as myself. Most notably, a podcast relating to D&D and or Pathfinder. And that's how the show got started. Loosely based, but with a singular focus. It started off as a D&D platform. It's what I knew. It took me a few years to consider running a Delta Green season. And I dipped my toe into that system only after listening to a few other shows and going over the material. Several times, I might add. All that to be said, that this is not a flavor of the week show. It doesn't change rapidly because I don't change rapidly. I don't like to make pros and cons lists because under the right microscope, a pro can seem like a con and vice versa. The list is, after all, subjective to personal variables. So when I'm presented with possible alternative systems on top of the two we currently run, those being Pathfinder 2E and Delta Green, they don't get to live rent-free in my head. I know I've been described as limiting myself creatively, but to me, it's called focus fire. I know some shows out there run multiple systems with multiple shows. That is, after all, their livelihood. But we don't chase butterflies on this show. After all, myself and the other hardslingers of yore all work full-time jobs, have families, and try to focus fire on the systems we currently run to do them justice. So I hope you all are enjoying the content we put out. After all, it's free, and it will remain so. I know I try to promote the Patreon page, but that's not a paywall to any of our seasons. They are, and will always be, free for you fellow slingers. But let's end this rant by answering a comment left by Ballant Bobos on our YouTube channel. He says, "Hey guys, love the podcast. It's quite hard to find quality role-playing material online. I love the small nuances you and your players are dropping in the game, the small descriptions, the bonds, personal thoughts, and struggles. I'm a keeper, handler, GM, referee as well, and I love to spend time with my players figuring out backgrounds, digging deep into personal traumas and bonds. If there is ever a live Discord or any kind of discussion, I would love to pick your brains for certain stuff. Until then, keep up the good work." Now, he's currently referring to our latest Delta Green season, which is Under a Pale Moon. But this just I love stuff like this. And while we don't have a live Discord, I encourage any listener to write in the show at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com. Any questions, comments, or compliments I will personally address. And yes, we will keep up the good work. Now, let's warm up our dice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 14 of our Bloodlords run-through.
From the Discord one though.
Why is that?
Don't know. So that's why I was trying to get in and then
Onto
got in.
the Zoom or onto the Roll20?
The Zoom from email wasn't working, but the Discord one was. So
I don't know what to say. I'm flabbergasted.
Zoom's a little glitchy sometimes.
yeah, we got storm going on and tornado warnings and all.
Oh,
that
that's
good
right.
stuff.
You got a
So
storm
you
down there.
run.
Dude, it's crazy. I was talking to my buddy who lives in Richland Hills, and he's like, "Hey, man," he goes, "Do you hear that?" I go, "Hear what?" He goes, "The fucking tornado sirens." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Did you do it Florida style? Like, it's all right. We'll be all right. Until it's in your backyard, you're good.
Yeah.
Just throw all the furniture in the pool. You'll be okay.
Isn't that what you did, Brian?
What's that, brother?
Put all your furniture in your pool?
No,
that big
man.
one we had? Yeah.
Not even. The only thing that was in that pool was me.
And the cat.
Sitting in the spa. Me and Luna loving each other. No, it's hard to say it on air, but I mean, they closed the dealership down for 3 days, but they paid us. And I didn't lose internet or anything. And of course, they closed down Allie's school. So, I'm having beers, I'm playing the Switch, and she and I are watching movies, and Brandy's up there. I could hear her clicking because she still had to work. I'm like,
what's for you, nerd?
Yeah, you should have said that we lost the Wi-Fi or something, Okay.
I'm glitching out.
Yeah. Just turned it completely off. But no, I had a really good time with the hurricane. Much better than some of the other people. It's funny because when we were going down towards the cruise ship on our way down to Miami, of course you pass through Fort Myers and you just see all these like billboard signs just wrenched down and shit, and just some of them are completely empty, like the storm had just blown those things out.
In their defense, though, I've been through that area, and I don't think it's been looking like that for like 30 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, this is the first time I've gone through there.
That ain't new.
I guarantee you that'll be the last time I take that trip down there.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Yeah, right?
Fuck that.
You know what's crazy is we were in Texas a few years ago, and we had driven down. We went into San Antonio and then drove down to Corpus Christi. But the highway between Corpus Christi and San Antonio, they have a hurricane lane on the highway.
Hell yeah.
That it has painted pictures of a swirling hurricane in the lane. You can only use it. It's like a hurricane evacuation lane, for people that live on the Gulf to get inland.
I would think that during a hurricane, every one of those lanes would be a hurricane evacuation lane, but
well, they are, but that lane, when there's no hurricane, you can't use it.
Well, fuck them.
It's like, I gotta shit. I gotta make it home.
Yeah. I thought there was the spinning was the toilet bowl.
And got a tsunami coming.
Yeah. I got a tsunami on deck, boys.
Well,
poop my pants.
Let's get this ball started.
That's a nice colloquialism you got there. I've heard that many times.
I'll cut this part out.
That was the best, Sammy. That was the best.
Now we're ready for the intro. So yes, hi.
Real quick before you do that, we said, where's everybody at on health right now?
Dude, you like max healed me for like
I'm golden.
40 something.
I'm down 4.
Okay.
Well, I have to say that I haven't lost much other than the rest of my body, of course.
Okay, cool. I'm good. Do your intro.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the hand of that. There's your finger. I have 5 just like it.
Number 1.
Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is your trusted GM, Brian. Welcome you to another episode of our Bloodlords run through, episode 14. And with me, my hard slingers.
Hell yeah. Good to be back.
I only hesitated because I should probably apologize to our listeners because I know it's been a very long time since we've actually ran our Bloodlords run through, because we've done so many episodes of our Delta Green Under a Pale Moon run through. So I was tempted to say your trusted handler. That's where I paused on that.
I'm the handler. Hey, shut the fuck up.
What is it, your first day?
So, very quickly, a little recap for the listeners and obviously for my fellow hard slingers. In the last episode, Sebastian, who suffered from Fatigue 1 and Sickened 3, attempted his DC save for the Sickened aspect. You fingered your own throat and retched yourself back down to Sickened 2. Congratulations.
Yay.
You also managed as a group to clear the first floor, procuring a ring of keys, 4 to be exact, from a hidden room off the master suite, which housed an altar to. You really don't know who this altar was built to or the purpose of it. We then saw the 4 of you, plus Argon, the Annihilator, venture down to the second level, where you were only down there for mere moments before you were set upon by 2 dreaded Ostavites, creatures using skeletal remains as armor and packing a deadly punch and obviously looking for their next home/meal. So deadly was this encounter that Sebastian went from Sebastian to Sub-Bastian and hit the deck dying. And after a strategic fallback with Khan tossing the dwarf, that is no euphemism there, you killed the trailing Ostavite, and Sorel managed to stabilize and heal Sebastian and probably the next county over. Yes, and it was over this healing bed that Argon the Annihilator had asked you, Sorel, if it would be possible for you to help restore him back to his former self. You kind of didn't know what to say about that. You didn't know if it was possible, and you informed Argon that you would need the rest of the body to do so. That is where we are currently right now. We've got Khan and Rena holding post over the descending spiral staircase. We got Sorel looking over Sebastian in the bed, who has been recently healed with Argon on his shoulder. Sorel, what would you like to do?
Sebastian, you feeling good, my friend? You feeling a lot better?
I'm feeling vertical. Feeling a lot better. Thank you, Sorel.
All right, we need to get out of this room, and we need to go back up Rena. We don't want to leave her out there by herself. Khan, you ready to leave this room?
Yeah, I'm already hanging out with Reno. She'd hold my post or something, whatever the GM said.
All right, so
Phrasing.
let's Sebastian, let's get out of here. Let's get out into the with the rest of the party.
Right.
So I'm gonna lead the way out of the room because Sebastian, I'm sure, is still a little shaky from his encounter.
Okay, and I've pulled the map on Roll20 for you and for our listeners to listen to us talk about this awesome map, which unfortunately I do not have a picture of, but I will set it up on the website over at rollhard20podcast.com.
So when I leave that room and go towards the stairs we came up, because we still have, bad guys, I'm gonna stay at the door on the east side of that area, just before you go down the stairs.
Okay.
I'm going to use that wall as kind of cover.
Very good.
And then I had one quick question before we get further down. When can I take my other fortitude save?
2 hours.
It's 2 hours? Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 hours away. You've
Okay,
only
so-
been probably maybe 20 minutes.
Or actually, I think Sorel took an hour to heal me. That's how he managed to...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay, so you're probably back up on that right
like
now.
Okay. Want me to make that roll?
Go for it.
All right, perfect. Right, straight. Let's see, that's a 10. I get to add stuff to that with a minus
Come on, brother.
1. It's a 17.
17.
Might be
Very
a
good.
16 because I do have a penalty to saving throws. Or is it a straight roll?
I wrote this down here. You have a penalty on checks and DCs. So you do actually have a -2 to that.
Okay, so it is going to be... Sorry. It's going to be a 15.
15, you just pass.
Yeah.
There you go.
So now what's your deal? You'd like minus anything, or you all set?
I think that's going to be -1. I think that drops me down to sickened 1.
That is correct. And you could take the next one in 2 more hours if you want to.
All right, perfect.
What you got, Rena?
So I think as you guys are approaching that room where the stairs are, you see Rena's still just been perched in the southeast corner with her bow, and she's just been standing there like on sentry duty with that thing just cocked ready for anything. And it's almost to the point where there's like little droplets of blood sweat coming out of her brow. So she sees you guys moving, and she's just letting down her focus. And so she, unstrings the arrow and looks over, and she's like, Lieutenant De La Cruz, good to see you back with us. She kind of walks over and claps you on the shoulder.
Glad to be back. Thank you. I'm not sure what happened, but I appreciate. I'm sure everyone was involved to get me out of there.
She looks around. Are we ready to keep moving?
Yeah, we got to clean out this bottom floor.
Khan, do you want to lead the way? We got to get out of here.
Get out of here. We just begun. How we doing on? How's your magics?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Well, let's go downstairs and clean out the trash a little bit. I trust you. You take care of us. We got Cruz back on his feet. Got our tank in front. We got our, feathers coming from behind. And in the middle, you got Khan, baby. Everything is everything. Let's go do this.
Got your meat man up front there. Meat tank.
Meat tank on deck.
So I'll take up third position in the rank order. Sorrel will.
Brenna just kind of holds up one finger, like just a second, and she kind of like massages that shoulder, and she's like, all right. So she gets her bow back up and she's ready to rock and roll again.
Okay, Cruz, what do you say? You want to take a peek down the right hallway? I'll look at the one straight. Sorry, for the listeners in front of us. Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking at the GM. Go ahead, GM.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention.
Go ahead, Brian. Stop talking over me.
That's cut. So you guys find yourself once again on the second lower level in this 30 by 30 room, where the southwestern portion has a 15-foot opening that leads basically where you saw those Ostavites come from previously. So give me a marching order and tell me what you guys would like to do.
Sorrel's gonna from the stairs. I'm gonna come south a little bit and use that southwest corner of that kind of alcove and just hang out there at the edge and use the corner as some cover.
Okay.
Renna circles behind the stairs, and then she's going to keep about a 15, 20-foot distance behind these guys, but just keeping overwatch in case anything comes out. She can start just dropping arrows.
Well done, Renna. Sebastian, where are you going to post yourself?
Sebastian's going to head to the southwest wall as he passes by the area that he recalls taking that fatal blow. Kind of creeps up onto him and be like, all right, hopefully we don't have this happen again.
The fatal blow, I remember it so well. And Khan.
Khan's going to move down to the south and take the southeast hallway and keep an eye down that. So we're watching both directions. Cruz to the west, Khan to the east.
Okay. Let me show you individuals a little bit more of the room area that you're looking at. So Khan, as you and Sorrel and Sebastian look south beyond this receiving room, if you want to call it that, you notice that you look onto this long hallway that's 35 feet wide from east to west and 70 feet long. It contains a 5-foot wide, 30-foot long trough of withering viscera in the center of it. Just this deep, black, non-reflective liquid that seems to ebb and flow of its own volition. You see along the west wall there are 4 doors, each 10 feet apart and closed. Along the east wall, you see 2 sets of double doors, 20 feet apart from one another and closed as well.
And is also that a body we see, GM?
That's what I was going to get through after I finished describing the room. No, that's fine. We could get to that first of all. You see where the trough of dark fluid ends in the south. The room opens wider to the east and west. You really can't tell the distance, but you do know that there are heaps of countless bones and bone piles to the east and west of that. But what you had mentioned, Khan, you do see another one of those Ostavite creatures along the eastern wall, right in front of the southernmost set of double doors, as it starts to notice you. And why don't we make roll some initiative here?
Hell yeah.
So that we could get this ball started.
Oh, baby.
And GM, that area in the center of this big room, that is sunken? That big blackish.
Yeah, it's
grayish.
a trough that's level with the room's floor, but it's filled with this black viscera that's just kind of ebbing and flowing, non-reflective at all.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's elevated.
It
me.
is not. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. I say we just stand here and let it come to us. As soon as it gets near us, it's going to have a wall of crews and con.
Stuff like pros and cons. Ooh.
What are you saying about me?
What's your initiative, Con?
My initiative is a 10.
Sorrel.
11.
Rena.
Who's got a 1 up?
I got my second favorite, dirty 20.
20. De La Cruz.
11 as well. Still a little traumatized from last time.
It's all right. Rena, you see this Ostavite working its way along the eastern wall towards your group. What would you like to do?
She is going to hunt prey, first action. Second action, she will do the hunted shot. So this is going to be 2 attacks. So 7 plus something. 13?
Miss.
16?
Hit.
Yeah.
All right. So this is going to be 10 points of damage.
Shit.
And then, fuck it, she's going to do one more shot.
Yeah.
So -4. Nah, that's a miss. I got a 2 total.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this fucking mouse. I got 2 mice on the desk here.
A real infestation problem.
Infestation.
Careful, those are the things that knocked out crews back in the day.
The first one double moves. Up
First
to
one?
this.
There's 2 of them?
I'm sorry. The Ostavite double moves along the eastern wall between the viscera and the doors and positions itself right in front of Khan. Is that you, Khan?
No.
No, that's Cruz.
Cruz.
Cruz is to the west.
Well, Cruz, it's going to attack you because it has quite the taste for Cruz. Its kind does.
Oh, shit. It likes that blood.
And I don't think that's going to do very well. 12 to hit.
12 misses.
And that's all it can do because it used both of its movements to get up there to its actions.
Let's light 'em
Sorrel.
up, people.
Sebastian's in front of me, right?
That is correct.
All
But
right.
because you're a halfling or like a little person, however you identify as this week,
Gnome.
you can actually occupy his square, I believe.
That's fine where I'm at. All right, so I'm going to.
I wasn't. No. Just kidding.
Ruthless.
I'm good where I'm at.
Yeah.
And you got cover.
Yep. I'm going to use a disrupt undead.
Okay.
Like these Ostavites are undead, right?
No, I never said that.
I'm asking the question now.
Well, you'd have to make a knowledge check.
He already said they're not.
Thank you. Well, then you should have done a history check to see if what the GM told you that. No, I told you that they were not undead last time.
Okay, I missed that. Okay.
It's okay. Still love you.
Stop shaming me. Instead, I am going to do haunting him.
You gonna sing to him?
Yeah. Haunting him.
Yeah, it's like.
So, echo a jarring hymn that only creatures in the area can hear. The hymn deals sonic damage equal to my spellcasting modifier with a basic fortitude save. Okay. So, with that, make a roll, Mr. GM.
What is the
Fortitude.
okay? What is the definition of this type of damage, though? Can you tell me that?
It's sonic damage.
Sonic damage. Okay.
Yep.
Bad singing.
Fortitude.
It's anti-American Idol.
23.
What did you? You did a fortitude save?
Yes, I did.
Okay. That does not hit. Okay, so I used
This,
one
is
action.
that let me ask you a question. Is that emitted out into like a cone,
It
like
is.
a distance?
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone.
15-foot cone. Okay. As this Ostavite manages to shrug this off, part of that cone actually touches the viscera and you see it ripple faster. It begins to oscillate a little quicker for a few moments and then die back down.
So I question my distance because I'm still 20 feet from that viscera.
That's correct. No, you're
10.
you're 15 feet from it. Exactly. You got 10 feet. You got 5 feet from you to Sebastian. Another 5 feet from you to the Ostavite. So that's 10 feet, and then the 15 foot would actually be the corner of that.
Okay,
This
fair
way.
enough. Do I recognize that this viscera is moved around a little bit with that hymn?
Yeah. In
Okay.
fact, every person in your group, including Argon, notices this. Because you
Okay.
can't help but notice that this thing is unusual. And I think everybody there has dark vision, correct?
I have low light.
Yeah, low light.
Okay. That's the only way that you guys are able to notice that. And Argon is able to detect it as well through the means that he uses to
Okay,
depict certain things.
So I do an audible whoa, seeing this viscera kind of like ebb and flow with that. And I say, Con, well, I guess I'm not going to be doing any singing in here for the rest of the encounter. I am going to take my final 2 actions, and I'm going to take cover behind, because I didn't technically take cover behind Sebastian, but I am now.
Where are you going, Ashy?
I'm just staying where I'm at.
Okay.
He's just trying to hide a little more.
I'm
behind
trying to
me.
hide a little bit more. It gives me another +2 to my AC.
+2 cruise of deflection.
And I'm done. I'm done with my actions.
So, Sebastian, you feel this, you feel Sorrel begin to spoon you tight as he tries to hide up your backside there.
That's all right. Just keep healing me. I'll
You've got
protect you.
this Ostavite right in front of you. What would you like to do?
Sebastian wants some revenge. He's going to start swinging. 19 to hit.
Oh, that's going to hit.
Yeah.
That's going to hit.
Hell
Throwing
yeah.
hands.
Where were you last
Throwing
time?
hands on the ground. Sweeping. All right. Even with my penalties, I'm still doing pretty good. That's 7 points of slashing damage. Second attack. Come on, baby. 17 or 7 to hit.
7?
7.
No. That's going to
Figured that was going to fail. And final, I am going to raise my shield to gain at least 2 points of cover damage.
Good
Or
deal. Good
cover.
deal. Con.
All right, we're going to jam in here and do a flurry of blows. Let me move my little character. Boom. First attack is 18 plus 3, 21.
That's going to hit.
Hell yeah. Flurry of blows. So a 2, 6, and 3. So 11 hit points off.
What was... Oh, it hit, though, right? 11?
Yes.
Very good. What do you want to do next? Or that's
Okay, if that doesn't take it out, we're going to do another attack.
Yeah, do it, tough guy.
This one's a hard 20, baby.
Hard 20. Remember, write into the show at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com. Tell me who was the one that rolled that hard 20, and I'll send you out a hard 20 to boot.
Yeah, and don't be sending them gold doubloons back to the GM for him. He doesn't need any more
Oh,
help.
that's right, though. I still have the one that Bradley. Oh, you know what I should do? Oh, but I'm going to save that because we got a long ways to go in this
Just a
AP.
little love tap.
Don't forget, if you guys want, you guys could donate that gold doubloon to either any one of the hard slingers or even your trusted GM Brian. Don't
the
forget.
people's champion.
Don't trust him with it.
Don't do
This
it.
isn't. It's rollthehard20podcast.com, not .con.
No, I think you got that wrong. Okay,
No,
so
I
this
got
was
it
just
right.
a regular attack. Now, hard 20, do I have to roll off to see if I get double damage or
You
how does
have
that
to
work
roll
again?
again to see if you got to back it up. Back that
Okey-doke.
shit up for me.
With the pluses and all that?
With the with the penalty to it though.
Oh, a penalty. Okay, so I only have +2 to this, so that's 13.
13, that misses.
Yeah.
So just
Okay.
roll your damage twice.
Okay. Okay, so roll twice. That's a 3. That's a 5 plus 3. So 11 again.
11 again. Describe for me how you annihilate the Ostavite.
So Khan comes in, throws a flurry of blows, and then just spins around and just does this awesome back fist right at it, knocking it apart, and it almost rolls and falls almost into that ooze, but it sits to the edge going.
The room goes quiet. Rena, what would you like to do?
She wants to get a good look at this jello jiggler down here. She's going to move up and just kind of take a knee next to the viscera.
Okay.
And she's going to take out a dagger. And she's just kind of stabbing it to see if anything...
Oh my God, you ain't doing that, woman, are you?
Make a fortitude save as you do that.
Oh, shit. That's
puke.
Yeah, it's going to be an 8.
An 8.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so I gotta...
If you puke, don't do it in there. That's just going to fill it up over the edge.
One of you guys get your asses over here and hold my hair. It's like a bad brunch after a late
You
night
take
on
on the Frightened 1 status.
Okay.
That status penalty equal to the value of all checks and DCs. At the end of each of your turns, the value decreases by 1. So even though you're not in combat at this time, so after everybody decides what they're going to do, it will actually start to ebb away from you.
So I think she stands up really quickly, and you see that shock in her face, and she's like, no.
Yeah, and
she just walks away from it.
As you stand up, looking down, actually, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Now you know how we feel, Raina. You just saw your reflection.
She like holds the dagger up, and she's like, I'm not afraid of you, motherfucker. I'm afraid of whatever's in that fucking pool.
As
She's
you're
backed up against the door there.
As you glance at this pool, go ahead and make a will save as well.
Woo! This pool is now. We got to keep this thing around once we get used to it. That's a
around
120, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The hard 20.
Yes.
Awesome.
25
You
total,
see
son.
portions of Grey Dirge just being overran by marauders of some type. And you can't tell if this is now, the future, or the past. Something that did or may never exist. You just get this blink of a vision in your mind.
It's like one of those things where to her it's happening for like 3 or 4 minutes, but to them they just literally see her back up, threaten Khan, and like it's like that, but to her it's like this really intense moment.
Yeah, and it's so fast. It's like lightning fast. But to you've seen this, but you can't tell. You have no... It's like finding something that you can't place on a shelf. You don't know where it belongs.
Yeah, she's very, very, very apprehensive of this viscera crap.
Sorrel, what are you doing?
Khan, get Rena away from that pool. Just get her away. Just pull her away.
Looks like she backed up far enough.
Get her away.
I ain't going near that. What do you want us to do? So we have all these doors surrounding us. We also have some areas we can explore. Do we want to go room to room and sweep the cobwebs, or do we want to explore this whole area first? Cruz, what do you think?
I'm afraid if anything pops out of those doors.
Khan, what do you think about that door in the northwest corner of this room? We got to start
Sorry,
somewhere.
I actually forgot to mention that there is a door in the northwest corner. My bad.
Well, that sounds like we should be checking out all this stuff. Do these doors appear locked?
Well, you have 5, 7 doors. You tell me what you want to do.
Well, everybody's talking about that northwest one. It's got my curiosity up. It's all up there alone in the corner. I think I want to check that one out first. Now, I don't want to barge in. I'm polite. I want to check the door, see if it's locked.
It's mighty kind of you.
Yeah.
As you approach this door, you notice that it's been left partially ajar.
Okay, does it appear that it's the condition of the door, is it weathered and beaten? Is it a nice What are the conditions down here, basically?
Let me describe the conditions down here. Other than it being dank and this odd pool of goop, everything down here, with the exception of all the bones and whatnot, appears fairly clean. Nothing's rusted, nothing's rotted.
Okay.
Not like it was upstairs where you had a lot of rat infestations and whatnot. Down here, it seems very clinical, very sterile.
Not even the rats
With the
were
exception of
down
all the
here.
bones, obviously.
Right. And we have Annihilator with us, right?
Of course, you always have me with you, Master Khan. Of course, I'm with Sorel at this time. I believe that Dr. Ashy might need a little support. He said that he would be more than happy to hear some of my needs.
Well, I was just letting you know because this door here is a little open. It looks like we might be going in. I don't know how you feel. I know you didn't want to be down here.
No, of course I didn't want to be down here, but I didn't want to be left at level 1. I told you that last episode.
I know what you mean about being left at level 1. So we're going to go check. We're going to go. I say,
Let me just tell you, as you're
over.
peeking into this room, let me see if I can
Okay.
do this without fucking up the map.
Cruz is already over there. What a man. Or dwarf, I should say.
As you do peek inside this room, because the door swings inwards from right to left, what you're able to ascertain is that it's 15 feet from north to south, but it goes 20 feet from east to west, and there appears to be some kind of like an operating table of some such that's in the middle of that portion of the room. Yet, like I said, you really can't tell what's on the other side of the door until you were to fully open it and walk inside. But this particular table, it's made out of stone. You see it has some leather straps and chains and other restraints that are about it.
So
what
can
do
I
you
do a
see?
little creep between the door jam and the door? Can I see through that?
That's what
opening at
I'm
all?
describing. Oh, you talking about like at the actual jam where the hinges
Yeah.
are at? No,
Yeah,
you
peeping
can't
through.
see. You can't see
Okay.
through there.
Okay, what's that, Sorrel?
Tell us, what do you see, Con? What's in there?
See what looks like an operating table and basically not much else. I'm gonna have to go in.
Operating table. This doesn't. I don't like this.
Some freaky deaky sex room. And as she's moving across, she's just keeping one eye on the viscera. She's moving towards the door as well.
And
Alright,
it's still
Cruz.
doing the same thing it was doing before you decided to poke it. It's just ebbing and flowing.
All right, Cruz, let me take this one, okay?
All right, you got it.
Khan is going to open the door and he is going to move to position himself behind the operating table. And I'll try to do this using some stealth.
I think you
Make a
moved me
roll
in
for
there.
that. What's that?
Yeah, go ahead and
think
give
you
me
were-
your stealth roll.
Okay.
You moved Cruz. in
Total
there.
of 15 plus, oh, sorry, not total, 15 and 6, 21. So using the door as cover, he opens it and kind of slinks in down behind the table.
You moved Sebastian, by the way.
Sorry.
Is that true,
I saw a
Junior?
good-looking burly man, and I just assumed it was
You're like,
Khan.
You couldn't
well,
help
no
but touch him.
mistake. Let me tell you,
All
that was
right.
no mistake at all.
All right, Cruz, how are we going to do this? All right,
Keep
keep
my
my
hands
hands
on him.
Okay, so shut up. Listen, let me. Oh shit, that was really weird. Let me reveal it a little bit more here. As you enter in the room, you notice several things. You notice that to the west, there's another one of these stone tables bearing the same leather straps and chains and other restraints. You see racks of rusted blades and clamps and other tools that line the wall. To you, this is no doubt, this must be some kind of a torture chamber. Possibly the one that Berline had mentioned that Kalog might have used, if you remember that.
I do.
But it doesn't look like this thing has seen use in many decades. On the north wall, you see an enormous oil painting that depicts a fiercely grinning general with one hand tucked into his jacket.
His what?
His
Shut up.
jacket.
His jacket.
I wonder who that could be, huh?
Listen, on the north wall, You see an enormous oil painting that depicts a fiercely grinning general with one hand tucked into his jacket, while the other clutches an outrageously large halberd.
Nice.
You still have yet to see around the southwest corner, because from what you can tell, this room appears to have an L shape to it. But from where you are in the northeast corner, you really can't tell. Sorrel, where are you, by the way?
I'm still a cover at the corner there.
Okay.
So can I still continue with my action? I have more moves to do if I want, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So Khan will then move along the. Let's see. Khan will move back to where he was at the door entrance, sort of bring the door back and try to look around the corner, still using the wall for cover and still having that door that I can move through with my third move or something if I need
Right,
to.
okay. So as you peek around that corner, you notice a large pile of refuge that lies in a heap and occupies the entire end of this L shape. And as you're peeking at it, you begin to see eyes open up inside in pairs, and you see 3 giant rats immediately leap out of this pile. And let's roll some initiative.
Hell yeah. Rat-a-tat-tat.
Oh, them rats. Come on, let's get some. Oh, yeah.
Con.
I am rolling fantastic. I have a 7.
Sorrel.
10.
Rena.
10.
De La Cruz.
Rolled a 19 for a
Hell
total
yeah.
of 23.
Well done.
Okay, Sorrel, you and Rena decide who's got the highest.
+7.
Plus 7.
You wanna
Roll off.
Roll it off, guys. Roll that shit
God
off.
damn, I'm changing dice. I got a 3.
I guess, Sorrel.
I rolled a 2.
Oh!
You guys.
The best of the worst. I love it.
Jeez.
Maybe I will keep this dice.
Yeah, because it's worth it keeping it for the 3. Sebastian.
It's not a 2.
Sure, you might want to throw that one away. That's the one I'm going to send any of you guys. Sebastian, outside of the door to this L-shaped room, you hear Khan kind of creeping around, peeking around, closes the door so he could peek around the corner. Khan, I'll give you a free...
I still have my move. I can yell, can I?
You can yell. That's exactly what I was going to say. You could vocal whatever you need to.
We got rats.
Oh, shit.
He closes the door all the way.
Yeah. All right.
Glad I have the keys. They're not going to lock me in.
What would you like to do, Sebastian?
He wants to open that door again. I mean, Khan, lead him out. We'll use the doorway as a chokehold. And you'll
I'm moving
use
last.
the last.
He goes last, by the way.
He'll use his. I just can't. That's fine. Actually, can I use the same spot that he's at? Because if he's in that doorway, can I occupy that spot that he's in as well?
You can't occupy the spot, but you can move through him. You can move through an ally. You just can't you can't end your turn in the same square.
How tall are these tables?
3 feet 8 inches.
Ooh, that's pretty rough for a dwarf.
Yeah, that's pretty tall for a dwarf. All right, I'm gonna move in, and let's see. Do I have anything for distance? I have a javelin. I'm actually gonna throw one of my javelins.
Damn.
Yeah.
These rats, 6 to hit.
Miss.
All right, and with my final move, I'm going to raise my shield. Khan, if you can, let's get out of here.
Oh, just give me a little bit of time after everyone else is gone.
The first rat moves forward and immediately attacks you, Sebastian. 17 to hit.
It's gonna miss.
Gonna miss. It attempts to attack you again at a -5. Oh, 12, 19 to hit
19 hits.
for 7 points of damage. Then you begin to feel this filthy fever sicken you and just make you want to retch. I need you to make a fortitude save for me, please.
Dude, these rats are no joke.
Yeah.
Nothing
And
to
they're
joke in
rats.
this place. Yeah.
All right. I rolled a 13, making it a 21.
Hell
You
yeah.
save. Good job. The second rat runs up to Yukon.
Yukon.
Yukon,
do
Jack. All right.
Time for me
First
to earn my keep.
Oh, cracked die. That was almost a hard 22. Not a hard
How many
22,
times
but a
you
hard
gonna roll?
20 also. Failed with
What
7
kind
on
of dice
die.
you using over there, man? Rolling up to 30?
Second attack on you. Even worse. The third rat goes up. He's got 2 targets. 1, 2, 3 for Sebastian. Sebastian, you are the unlucky recipient of this.
All right.
19 on the die. That's going to hit
Yes.
for 4 points of damage. I need you to make that saving throw again, please.
All right.
You can do it.
Can do it. Ooh, rolled a 15, making it a 23.
Save, and
Yeah.
he's going to attack you again at a -5.
You're used to it by now.
7, 14.
I'm
to hit.
already sickened. 14 will miss.
Okay.
Tolerance. is up.
Cabreros, Lieutenant.
All right. So even though she doesn't like what she's about to do, she's going to take a running head start to the southwest, and her path is going to take her right over the edge. So you want me to make an acrobatics roll to not end up in this shit? She wants to jump over the pool and end up about 30 feet down here in front of the door so she can still use her bow.
Actually, I want you to make a reflex save.
He got a 1 on the dice.
Automatic
Oh,
failure.
Yeah.
Fuck
Your
in
foot
the
touches
ass.
this,
Mm-hmm.
and you stop. Like in mid-run.
Whoa.
You actually drop to your right knee, because I figured it's your left foot that went in. And I need for you to make a will save.
6. That's an 11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to see portions of your military career. You see battles lost. You see fellow soldiers die. And this thing just goes on and on and on and on. And I'll have you make that same will save on your next turn.
Okay. So she's just stuck reliving.
She's just stuck in
horrible-
this loop
like
at
a
this
whole
point.
person
Some
or
of these
something?
things may not have even occurred.
All right. So that's my turn.
At least it ain't damage.
Sorrel, what would you like to do?
It's real quick. Rena's taking these will saves because she's close to the viscera.
No, she failed her reflex save and her foot actually touched this shit. And it basically just stopped her momentum. And you don't know what's going on with her. She just like
Yeah, fell.
powered down. It's like
Got it.
somebody pulled her cord out of the wall at this point.
Okay. Is the door so I'm gonna poke around, just peek around the corner. Do I see if that door is opened or closed?
It's cracked. You figure when Sebastian went in, he opened the door and just kind of left it open and started doing his thing. I wouldn't say the door was closed. Sebastian, do you think
No,
you closed that door?
I just kicked the door open after the commotion.
Oh, so it's
You
open.
heard me
now.
yell rats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it. So it's kicked open at this point. All right, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna take my full movement. It's 25 feet to the
Okay.
door. So I'm gonna be right at the door. And then where is the rat in relation to? I'm assuming Khan's right at the doorwell.
There's one rat right in front of him and 2 right in front of Sebastian.
Okay, so I have full view of both these rats, right?
All 3 of the rats.
Oh, 5.
Tell me what you'd like to do.
I'm within a few feet of. Well, am I within touch of this rat in front of Khan? I think so.
Yeah, you're within 5 feet, so that puts you within. Within touch of it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit that rat with the one in front of Con with a chill touch.
Tell me what I need to make. So
Fortitude. Yep.
Roll a 1.
Hell yeah.
And you
yes.
critically fail.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, dirty rat.
So with the critical fail, you take 2x damage. How
Yes.
are we going to play it with? Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it that way till we.
Okay. So regular damage is 4. Because you took crit, it's 4 damage.
Okay. That's it, 4?
Yep. 4 points of damage.
It's still alive.
Son of a biscuit. Okay. That's the last of my action.
Okay. Con.
So
Sure.
real quick,
Oh, sorry.
I did have one action left. I'm just going to raise my buckler, raise my
Okay.
shield.
Yes.
Con.
All right, so we got the rat in front of me with 4 hit points off. Khan will attack that one with a flurry of blows. So first attack here, boom. Taking 19 plus 3, so that's 22.
That's going to hit.
All right, that is a shit. 1, 5, and 3. That is 9.
9. Just. You just dim-mac the shit out of this rat. You see it crumple down. Dunzo.
Okay, next attack is going to go after one of the ones that Cruz is fighting. I don't recall if he hit any of them, so I'm just going to attack the one that's closest to me. 7 plus 2, obviously that's not going to hit. And last one, we ain't moving. We're going to attack at -2 on this fucking rat. With a 3. All right. Well, I stood my ground, and now I'm going to get pound.
Rat number 1 has 2 targets. Sebastian and Kong. 1, 2, 3 for Sebastian. They just love you, Sebastian.
Hell yeah, they love that blood.
With a 19 on the die, that's going to hit.
Lord.
3 points of damage, and I need you to make that fortitude save again.
Right.
It's going to come around, man. It's going to get you.
You about down to half now? Or are we going to need a heal for you?
No, I'm still standing. All right, fortitude save. Ooh, that was brutal. Rolled an 8, so it makes it a 10.
10 fail. But you feel fine right now. Amazingly. The second
Already
rat
sickened.
wastes no time and goes after Yukon. God, I hate that. 17. I think that's going to miss.
That's a miss, mother.
And attempts to attack you yet again. Misses. And then again with the -10. That's even worse.
What, to get
You
a
should
1?
Roll the 12 at a -10. It makes it 2. So 9 to attack. Fail.
All right.
Rena, why don't you make that will save for me again?
All right. Going with a different dice this time. Let's do this.
right.
13.
Fail. Rena, in your catatonic state, you're ambivalent as the pool of viscera extends a tendril that snakes upwards, wrapping itself around your leg
Oh, shit.
and pulling you in and under its rippling surface.
Oh,
I'm coming, baby.
Fuck this thing.
A moment later, the surface of the ebony viscera goes still. Sorrel, you're at the door, correct?
I am.
Door is open. And you hear Argon say,
Look at that! Furthog, that's a picture of me! That was me! Right there, holding the halberd!
Not now, Argon. Not now.
Right now, this is me! This is
No,
what I
I-
want!
he's yelling in your ear.
No, there's
now.
nothing else. Forget the rats. You want to
Priorities,
concentrate
damn
on
it.
me!
So I still have line of sight of these rats.
Yes, you do.
Okay. By the way, I also realized that original chill touch, because you failed, that rat also is taken enfeebled
Even though, which one failed?
because you had a critical fail on your save.
okay. Well, he's dead, so.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna chill touch again on the next rat. that I'm within 5 feet of.
Okay. This is a fortitude as well.
It
Right.
is. Yep.
20.
Okay. So I fail.
You
and-
take enfeeblement.
No.
I'm just kidding.
So a question for you. So I take a -5. So how does that work with you having to take a fortitude save if I attack again? How does
it
that
would
work?
be the same fortitude save, I think. I honestly, I don't know if there's a bonus to mine.
I don't. Not that
I don't think there is though. Did you want to do it again?
No, I'm just gonna stay because the burning hands was 2 actions. I'm
Okay.
sorry, my chill touch was 2 actions. So you know what? I'm gonna
shield.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me though. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna use my sling. So I have a sling with my last action.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna attack the rat-a-tat-tat. But that is since the second attack is at negative 5.
Yes.
I miss. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
I rolled a 10, but I subtracted the 5, so I miss. I'm done with my turns. I'm all done.
Okay,
Con.
Con, we still have the 2 rats in front of us.
Yes.
And so I'm going to take a smash on one of the ones we got here. I'm going to enter tiger stance, alley cat stance, and do my attack. Fuck yeah, 14 plus 3. So that's 17.
Hit.
Okay, and that's a D8 instead of D6. That's 4 plus 3 for first attack.
Okay.
Still kicking.
Still kicking.
Second attack, alley cat. 16 plus 3, 19. Oh,
Gonna
sorry,
hit.
16 plus 2. So it's 8. And then that's a 1d8. But 1 plus 3 is 4.
Annihilate it.
I still
Two
got one more
down.
attack.
Okay.
Is there anything left?
There's still one more rat.
One more.
It's on
Yeah,
Sebastian. Sebastian
Move
been
out
giving
the
this
room
thing
and
all
close
kinds
the door. All right. Last attack.
Nothing else
Hit
important in here.
17 plus 2, 19. I love these dice.
Is that with the negatives?
I get minus. Oh, sorry. So 17 minus 2 is 15. Yeah, the last attack I got plus 6, plus 2, and minus 2 is what my stats are.
That'll hit.
Okay, so that's a D8. That's 5. Sorry, 5 plus 3, 8.
Exactly.
Damn.
What it had.
Right.
MVP.
Freaking tornado tries to take me out. I come back swinging like a tornado.
Whole the rat's demise. The torture room goes silent, except for Argon.
That's
bet.
me. That is me. You must let me tell you about myself. Next episode.
I knew that was coming. I was like, do it. Don't both say nothing. I'm sorry. Did I miss anything? My internet froze up after you did 4 points of damage, and then I didn't hear what happened after that.
Nothing else happened.
Okay.
I yelled
There's
your name a
actually-
couple times. You ignored me, just like
Thought
when
you
you
were
were real
taking
life.
a
What's
long
that?
sip of something.
Drinking your apple juice.
That's right. I have to. I'm friends with you. What do you want from me, Matt? Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review. We also have a YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20, so if you're into watching, head on over and hit that subscribe bell. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.